Well, let's see here. I might not be Morgan Freeman, but this is... Classic Gamer Reviews.
Ask any of my friends who I play video games with and they'll all say one thing. That I love physics in video games. Why? When I was a kid, my village was attacked and physics saved me. No. In all honesty, I like physics in video games because it allows anything to happen, even things that the developers never intended, and the results are often hilarious. And that's the whole premises of Blox Bash Party for the Nintendo Wii. It's a physics-based game in which the objectives are all over the place! Despite being designed by Steven Spielberg, Blox Bash Party doesn't have a clear story at all, and really, it's better off for that. The emphasis is on fun and gameplay. To pinpoint exactly what you will be doing in this game is difficult to do and would take all day, as the game features a plethora of modes and objectives, but they all focus around blocks. Blocks, blocks, and more blocks. You're either attempting to knock them down or keep them from falling, but each level has its own twists in how to go about this. You're given a variety of tools in the game's impressive amount of levels and tasked to do a variety of different things, such as safely pulling blocks out, going for a time record, yeah, fuck it! Or playing golf, and it's all controlled and done very nicely. Using the Wii Remote, the thing that, allows you to play the game, you can best angle yourself to do whatever it is you're gonna do.
What are you gonna do to me, Chris?
Whatever I'm going to do.
Wait, no, Chris.
If you're throwing a ball, you will need to take into account the angle and speed of the throw. Throw the ball too slow and, well, the result isn't usually as resulty as you want it. So you want to throw the ball fast and hard, just the way she likes it. Another thing that you have to take into consideration are some of the game's many special blocks, like the chemical blocks that disappear when in contact with another of the same color.
That's a chemical reaction between a green block and a...
Perhaps the most important thing to take into consideration, though, is weight. The physics in this game are fantastic and a blast to play around with, and they are realistic. Big blocks have less of a tendency to move, and the smaller blocks that are under those big blocks won't really budge. None of this would matter, though, if the game controlled bad. But, as you can tell by the grammatical structure of my sentence, the game doesn't control bad. Some of the games involve very precise movements, and despite not using Wii Motion Plus, the game handles extremely well. And it takes full use of the Wii Remote, but it all felt natural and nothing really felt as a gimmick. When you start the game, you're given 3 options: solo, versus, and co-op. Each one of these contains their own unique levels despite featuring the game's same areas. With a name like Party Bash, a great amount of attention was obviously put into the multiplayer aspect of this game. Hands down, one of my favorite features of this game is that if you're playing Versus, for example, and have only one Wii Remote, but have somehow managed to get a friend, which I don't know how that's possible, you can use the same Wii Remote for both people. Of course, if you have 2 Wii Remotes, then you don't have to do this, but it's still a great idea and a good alternative to spending money on another Wii Remote. Some of the multiplayer modes are a blast to play. You have Racist Jenga, in which you pull specific colored blocks out, and you got my personal favorite, Elimination, in which you slide a bunch of pucks around and try to knock your opponent off. You can even throw the bystanders into the arena, which I found fun. In all honesty, I do have friends and have dated girls in the past, and my ex and I used to play Elimination all the time. Now I only play it and she doesn't, because despite me buying a Wii for her, Blox is my game! I fucking love physics. She can buy her own. In case anybody does want to buy this game, there is one thing that you should know, though. As of April 2012, the option to download more EA and user-created levels no longer works, so boo-hoo, the game's 400+ levels will have to satisfy you. However, you can create your own levels. I'm not the most artistic and patient guy when it comes to making stuff in video games, so I was a bit skeptical about the level creator, especially with Wii controls, but it is a fantastic level creator. You can select multiple objects and copy and paste them. Even scale objects or build them from a specific height. You can give different properties to blocks, and there's a lot of content there to make fun levels, so much that even I started to make fun levels. Like this one about a squid just wrecking everything! Another of the things to do in this mode is to see the game's many characters interact, and they all do weird things such as laying eggs, or in this case, a penguin laying ice. And the things they'll do left to their own accord always puts a smile on my usually depressed, empty, and soulless face. Simply put, I love this game and recommend it to anyone who enjoys having fun. And physics. So much physics.
That's a chemical reaction between a green block and a...